What's up, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of Casters of Horror. I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane, and this week we're reviewing Brooklyn 45. Not Brooklyn 45, which made me think it was like a police drama.
Or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or... I'm like, hey, is this that cop show?
Yeah.
No, it is not. This is a film that is set, believe it or not, in Brooklyn, back in 1945.
There's the name.
There's the name. It takes place right after Christmas, between, that foggy period between Christmas and New Year's where you don't quite know what's going on.
Yeah.
It takes place during that point in time. So this is, of course, right after the war, the big one.
Yeah.
So we've got a group of friends who meet up together because one of their spouses has recently died, and this group of friends gets together to kind of spend some time during the holidays and kind of console a hurting friend who decides that do a seance.
Yeah.
In there, and then everything just kind of goes awry.
Yep.
Yeah. So get out of here. Anyway, yeah. So everything goes awry, and that's kind of that's the gist of the story, in a way.
That's pretty much it. It's post-war, and these are all people who were involved in the war.
Correct.
In some way.
So we have sergeants, generals, major, someone who was I thought you were going to do the Lion King there for a second.
Yeah.
And then we have someone who was an interrogator.
Yeah.
And her husband, who worked for the Pentagon. Yeah. So we've got this really hardened group of people coming together who are very much skeptics when it comes to anything having to do with this supernatural or the paranormal. And like I said, stuff starts happening that is unexplainable.
Yes.
And that's kind of how they want you to think that this movie is.
That's a good way to put it. They want you to think this way this movie is.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because, to me, this film was a little bit more political, I think, than paranormal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I actually think it's actually still quite timely, some of the stuff that they talk about.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, it's weird that it is, but it is. So
yeah. So, what were your thoughts on this film as a whole? I mean,
I'll say this: that if you're going to watch this, you need to go into it understanding that it is. There are like supernatural elements, like you talked about, but the horror in this movie is much more about the human condition. The monsters in this movie are the humans.
Yes.
Really. So, ish.
Yes, ish.
Yeah, except, there are supernatural elements to it, but to me, this was very much a character study.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminded me of? It actually makes sense because it takes place in 45. It reminded me... well, no, not specifically, but what it actually reminds me of is like those old wartime movies, not war movies, but movies that took place during wars. That was
during maybe World War II.
Yeah, but but they're about society as a whole because these people were directly involved in the war.
Yeah,
but now it's afterwards, and they are citizens again.
It's barely afterwards too.
Oh yeah, it's their months.
And for them, the war isn't over.
Yeah.
So and I might as well mention some of the cast. We've got Anne Ramsey, Ron E. Raines, Jeremy Holm, Larry Fessenden, Ezra Buzzington, and Christina Klebe, who she more so has done a lot more horror than the rest of them have. But
these are mostly, I found, mostly television actors.
Yeah.
Really, really great cast, though. And
they did a great job.
Really great characterization, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I could have appreciated it more if I was more aware of what it was going into it. But this was a very long and talkative movie.
There's a lot of conversation that goes on.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of action. No. It's one room.
Yeah. Which is kind of neat. I will say that.
Yeah. So you've got all of them trapped together in this one room. I say trapped together because they end up getting trapped together.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting ride. I'll put it that way. But to me, it was, like you said, it was more of a commentary on human beings being the monster as opposed to the supernatural, which does happen. There is some supernatural elements, but it comes down to more so the monsters that we've become due to war or just human beings as a whole, because we're a bunch of a-holes. So,
And you know, this is a movie about war, about prejudice, about the like you said, the monsters that we can become. Maybe even touching on the idea that in war, are there really good guys and bad guys? I mean,
where the lines are so blurred, like where is it? So, so we're interested to see what you guys think. It's an interesting film. Would I say it's like horror? Probably not. It's more of a drama with some. Now, I do have to say, there are some practical effects in this that were pretty good.
Oh yeah. It's this definitely. There are parts of it that are gory. It's few and far between, but the horror elements definitely deliver on those gory practical effects.
On the points where it does happen. So but let us know what you guys think. If you guys have checked this film out, Brooklyn 45, I know it was on a lot of top 10 lists from last year's films. A lot of people were talking about it at the time. What do you guys think about it? Should it be considered a horror film, or should it be considered more of a drama piece, or do you guys care at all? So let us know down in the comments down below. And while you guys are there, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Also, while you're down there, put down some films that you guys think we should check out here in the future and give you our thoughts on it. Did we actually give you any thoughts on this film today? Probably not. Who knows?
You said it was interesting.
Did we have thoughts on it? Not really. But because I ended up watching this one, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was a film. That was a thing that I watched with my eyes.
Yes. I neither loved nor hated it. That's
exactly
where I'm
at. Will this hit any of my top 10 lists? This is my top 10 list. So, meh. So, anyway, let us know what you guys think down in the comments down below. That's it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that we did, because we just like to talk. So anyway, until next week, I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane, and we'll see ya.
Get the hell out of here. We'll see you guys.